Ecuador! It's a small country in South America, but wow, it's full of surprises. I thought I'd see mountains and jungle, but I found a whole world packed into a place smaller than the state of Nevada. When I got off the plane in Quito, the air felt really thin. It's super high up, people were rushing around talking Spanish really fast. Ecuador isn't just one kind of place, it's like a big nature park with all sorts of different things to see. There's the Amazon rainforest, full of amazing animals you've only dreamed of. Then there are the Andes Mountains, they're huge and have snow on top. And don't forget the Galapagos Islands, where animals are so friendly, they come right up to you. It felt like someone gave me a giant surprise box, and I couldn't wait to see what was inside. I knew exploring all these different places in one small country would be a little scary, but oh, so exciting. I had a feeling this wasn't just going to be any old trip. This was going to be an adventure, with a big A. Ecuador is such an amazing place with so much incredible nature. Everyone should try to see it. My trip into the Amazon jungle in Ecuador began with a bumpy ride. First a small plane and then a long canoe trip down a muddy river. The air got warm and thick, and the sounds of the jungle were all around me. The rainforest was so green. The trees were super tall, reaching way up to the sky. Vines twisted around the trees and big leaves were wet with water. Our guide, Mateo, was amazing at spotting animals that were hiding. He'd point to a leaf and suddenly it would turn into a bug. Me? I mostly found mud and got mosquito bites. Chuckles lightly. One evening we went for a walk in the dark. The jungle at night is like a whole other world. Full of sounds like things that go bump, slither and hiss. I had my flashlight and tried not to trip as I walked. Mateo moved like a quiet jungle cat. He showed us big spiders and frogs that glowed in the dark. It was scary but also super interesting. The Amazon is always awake, it's like the animals and plants take turns being active. The jungle feels so alive and you realize you're just a tiny part of this huge, amazing place. I sure didn't have the skills to live there on my own. Being in the Amazon was so much to take in, and I felt like I was right in the middle of everything. There are so many different kinds of animals and plants in the Amazon in Ecuador. It's amazing. Monkeys were chattering way up high in the treetops. I saw squirrel monkeys, howler monkeys, and teeny tiny pygmy marmosets. And the birds, brightly colored macaws, toucans, and hummingbirds flew all around. Chuckles. I wasn't very good at telling what kind of bird was which. The Amazon also has some creepy crawly creatures. Caimans, like small alligators, hid in the water, and snakes moved through the bushes. Bugs were everywhere, ants, beetles, and beautiful butterflies. One thing I'll never forget is seeing a sloth. It moved so slowly and calmly. It made me think that sometimes it's good to just slow down and hang out. The Amazon teaches you little things like that. In the rainforest you feel, smell, and hear nature all the time. The jungle feels so alive and you realize you're just a tiny part of this giant, wonderful place. The Amazon really makes you feel how powerful and incredible it is. It was like nothing I'd ever seen before. After the Amazon, I went way up high into the Andes Mountains. With every sharp turn in the road, the air got thinner. The bright green plants changed to fields that looked like quilts and wild grassy areas. Quito, the main city, is tucked high up in a valley in the Andes. Just walking around there made me feel like I was exercising. If you feel sick from the thin air, the local people drink coca tea to feel better. The views in the Andes are just unbelievable. There's a place called the Avenue of the Volcanoes, and it has huge volcanoes on both sides. Cotopaxi is the most famous one, with snow all over its top. These mountains feel so special, almost like they have their own personalities. They've been standing here for a very long time and have seen so much happen. When I first tried to take a little walk, I was out of breath really fast, but the local people just walked by easily like it was nothing. The Andes make you realize you need to be in good shape, and they really make you feel small but also amazed by how beautiful they are. If you're ready for a big challenge, the Andes have some of the best hiking in the world. Paths like the Quilotoa Loop are really popular. I chose an easier day hike. Chuckles. The views are beautiful in a very simple and strong way. Windy flatlands reach out to sharp, pointy mountains, and it's so quiet. One hike near the Cotopaxi volcano took us to a small cabin high up on its side. The path was steep, and the air was thin, making it hard to breathe. But the views? They were worth every huff and puff. We were above the clouds looking down on what looked like a sea of white. People live in the high mountain areas of the Andes. The first people who lived here have small villages. and they've lived the same way for a very long time. We visited a local market. It was full of bright colors and exciting sounds. It was like getting a little peek into how people live so closely with the land. Here's a tip: take time to get used to the thin air. Spend a few days up high, drink lots of water, and don't rush. Walking among these giant mountains is something you'll never forget. The Andes are a really special part of Ecuador. And then, there were the Galapagos Islands. Walking onto these islands, made from old volcanoes, feels like you're going back in time. The land looks very plain, almost like being on the moon. The first Galapagos animals I saw were sea lions. And guess what? They are not bothered by people at all. It's so amazing to be super close to wild animals like that. When you hear Galapagos, you probably think of Charles Darwin. What he saw here helped him come up with his big idea about how animals and plants change over a long, long time. You can visit a place called the Charles Darwin Research Station and see giant tortoises. These really old animals move so slowly and proudly. There are many different islands in the Galapagos, and each one has its own special animals. Traveling from one island to another by boat is all part of the fun. The Galapagos is a place that really changes you. It's so different from the green Amazon jungle or the tall Andes mountains. The animals on land in the Galapagos are amazing, but the animals in the sea, they are even more incredible. Going snorkeling or diving here is like being invited to a special party under the water. The water can be a little chilly, but there are so many sea animals to see. You'll see sea turtles, big groups of fish, and parrotfish eating coral. Playful sea lions swim by super fast, and sometimes they come right up to your face mask. Swimming with them feels like you're really playing together. Seeing sharks is super exciting. White-tipped reef sharks and Galapagos sharks just swim calmly by. Our guides told us it was very important to give the animals their space and treat them with respect. And get this, marine iguanas are the only lizards in the world that swim in the ocean. They dive down to eat plants from the rocks and can hold their breath for a really long time. The Galapagos Sea Area is a very special place that the whole world helps to protect. It's a special and delicate home for animals, and we all need to help take care of it. The Galapagos is a place that really changes you. Okay, here are some useful tips for your trip. Good news. Ecuador uses the US dollar, so that's easy. You can find cash machines in cities, but it's a good idea to carry some cash if you're going to places far from cities. Packing can be tricky because the weather is so different in each place. For the Amazon jungle, bring light clothes that breathe well, and something to keep you dry if it rains. For the Andes Mountains, wearing layers of clothes is very important. And for the Galapagos Islands, you'll really need your swimsuit and sunscreen. Buses are how most people get around, and it's a great way to get a real taste of local life. You can also take short flights for long distances inside the country. Remember, feeling sick from the thin air in the Andes can happen, so make sure you give your body time to get used to it. Mosquito spray is a must-have in the Amazon and near the coast. And try to learn a few simple words in Spanish, it helps a lot. Ecuador is a country where it's good to plan a little before you go. So, that was a quick trip through the amazing, beautiful sights of Ecuador. From the wild Amazon jungle, to the sky-high Andes Mountains, and the magical Galapagos Islands. Ecuador is always full of wonderful surprises that will make you smile. It's the kind of place that touches your heart and really stays with you. Gentle, warm tone. If you're looking for real adventure, if you want to see nature that's truly wild and beautiful, then Ecuador is calling your name. It will test you a little, but oh, the memories you'll make will last forever. Imagine yourself there, feeling the sun, hearing the sounds of the jungle, seeing animals you've only dreamed of. So think about packing your bags, maybe learn a little Spanish, and get ready for an adventure. Ecuador is waiting for you, with its incredible views and friendly people. It's a journey that could change the way you see the world. You'll be so glad you went.